Professor Goadsby.
Professor Charles.
How are you?
Well, I can't complain.
Okay, so here we are in Scottsdale again.
Here we are again, yes.
Yeah. And how many years has it been for you?
Well, I was counting that up. It's just on 30 years. Yeah. I date it because the sunglasses I have, I bought the same sunglasses 30 years ago when I was here.
Nice.
Various people have looked at them and told me they were retro, and I tell them they are retro.
Right. So maybe you can tell us some of what you would consider your best moments as president of the AHS.
Well, I think that as president of the AHS, the thing which stands out for me is building on people say this, maybe it's a cliche, but standing on the shoulders of giants and building what people have done, of being able to build on our educational offerings. I mean, we are great educators. I didn't invent that. I didn't know more than direct the traffic as others have done, and I'm proud of that because it's one of our great legacies. I think that what we've done with DEI to formalise that has been entirely appropriate and timely, but it's not new. We've been moving in a direction of inclusivity. We've been moving in that direction for years, and so again, I'm not changing anything in that way. I think that initiating our relationship, or during my term anyway, with the NINDS initiative for research is long overdue, but that was happening as well, and we've been talking about that for quite a long time. I think the thing, if I did anything myself, I had the privilege and the challenge of running the place during COVID, of being a kind of virtual president, and I think that the support and camaraderie from you, from the executive, from Kathleen as a past president, to be able to operate things not in a normal way, but in a pretty good way. The scientific committee stepped up, the Scottsdale committee stepped up, the executive, the board, the membership, and getting us through COVID, I'm proud of that.
Yeah, and silver linings are that it created some opportunities for virtual education that hadn't really been exploited to the same extent in the past. So
I totally agree. I think we've been able to leverage our expertise in ways that we wouldn't have done so quickly, but we really should have done a long time ago, to make sure what we do can be accessed by so many who would be interested and need the education. So tell me, what are your visions? Where are you going to take us?
Yeah, well, kind of carrying on from your comments, I mean, my first priority is to not screw things up, to take advantage of the momentum that you've created and that others before you have created. And that momentum is really kind of extraordinary at the moment. And that's because of just tremendous advances in our understanding of headache mechanisms, and especially in therapeutic options for management of our patients. So, part of, I guess, in a general sense, I would say would be to adapt to these rapid changes in the way we do our business, and so make sure that we're educating people about the advances in the understanding of headache disorders, but then also really stay at the cutting edge in terms of helping people to make use of the new technologies and treatments that are available. So that sort of would be in a general sense. In a little more specifically, I would say, you and I have talked about this many times. We need to ensure the future of headache medicine, which is looking incredibly bright, and that's one of the great joys of being in this position, is being able to witness the tremendous energy and intelligence and insight that's coming from our newer members who are going to be replacing us soon. I guess I would say one more idea would be to kind of grow the tent, if you will, to reach out more to primary care providers, psychologists, people in other fields who aren't necessarily headache specialists, but we have an opportunity to really, express and convey the excitement about the field, outside of our narrow field, and really try and get other people in on the action, if you will.
The American Headache Society is a really great place to be. I think it's a welcoming environment. I'm smiling, you're smiling. I often say this, headache people are happy. And I think there's a reason for that. It's the field, it's the growth, it's the camaraderie, and all of that's here in the American Headache Society.